Hello, welcome to our kitchen. This will be a very different video because we have a whole chicken. If you might remember one of our recent episodes with Tyler from Big Bluff Ranch in California, he was nice enough to send us 2 of his pasture-raised chickens. And so I asked him, I was like, hey, should I smoke it? Should I roast it? He said you should smoke it, and so here is the recipe and here's what we're gonna do. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do, this is not a cooking channel, so I'm not an expert. Go watch Binging with Babish, Gordon Ramsay or whatever. But anytime I cook a chicken, I try to spatchcock it. So you like cut it in half, kind of. You like break the backbone, and it helps it cook a lot quicker. Like I think this will help it cook in like 45 minutes instead of 2 hours. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna open it if I can find the right area. So what we're gonna do, all the experts say if you wanna cook it and if you want it super moist, all I'm gonna do is dry brine it overnight. And so basically putting a lot of salt on it and helping it retain some of that moisture. All right, so here's the chicken, got little legs. So now we're gonna spatchcock it. It's kind of easy from what I've done in the past. Again, not an expert. You gotta break it basically. Okay, this was a lot easier than the YouTube videos I watched. Okay. All right. Here we go. We got our legs. We got one little wing. So we're gonna dry brine it overnight. And essentially, what that's gonna do, it's going to crisp up the skin apparently, and make it a lot more juicy. So it's actually gonna be very easy. I'm gonna put some, Allie, what is this, rosemary? Put some rosemary on there. Some people said this helps it develop some of that flavor. What? Rosemary legs. We got one wing. This is a 1-wing chicken. There, it was just 1 wing. So, oh well. All right, and now I'm gonna wash my hands and then get some salt. All right, we got this thing for Christmas. It's really handy. Watch this. It's supposed to work on the first try, but now all you gotta do, we're gonna heavily salt it. And it's okay if you put a lot of salt on there because you're gonna, like, I don't know, dust off most of the salt before you cook it. So it's not like this is gonna be super duper salty. Oh, this is your salt? All right. And then now, I reorganize the fridge. Okay, now, this is the hardest part of the whole thing. Goes into the fridge, uncovered, for 24 hours. So, we'll come back in a second. Or rather, 24 hours. All right, it's been a day. Our chicken has been dry brining. It looks a little bit different, and that's good. I assume, because all the moisture came out. So now, we're gonna put some butter on there. All right, I'm taking the rosemary off, putting it over here. So this is a Binging with Babish recipe that I've taken, and it looks pretty easy. So I'll link that video below. We're gonna peel up the skin and put this butter, rosemary, and garlic mixture under the skin to get it a little crispy. All right, moving it over to a clean pan. And then, so some people said you dust off a lot of the salt. Most of the salt already dusted off. That's looking good. Easy part, just gonna add some pepper, a lot of pepper. So Babish and a couple of other people recommend putting the wing under here or something so it doesn't burn. Where did you put it? I don't remember. Oh, there we go. It's tucked in. All right. Now I'm gonna put in a temperature probe just to be sure. So they said to cook it. Babish said to cook it until obviously it reaches like 165, but apparently, obviously, when it comes out of the oven, it's still gonna cook for like a few minutes, so you can take it out at like 155 to 160. We'll leave it until it's like 160, 165. All right, go over the oven. Oh, yeah, sorry, there it is. It's in the oven. Into the oven it's 450 for about 45 minutes. I'm gonna plug it in here, so we'll see how it goes. All right, the chicken is in the oven. Let's talk about pasture-raised chicken just a little bit and what that is. So there's a lot of differences between pasture-raised chicken and organic chicken and free-range chicken and all that good stuff. This chicken in the oven was from Big Bluff Ranch in California. We had them on a couple months ago. Let me show you the differences between pasture-raised and free-range. So this image is technically free-range. You notice how the chickens are out in the field, and here's the barn that has a tiny little access window, all right? This is pasture-raised, like a very good example of what pasture-raised looks like, where they're in a field, a lot more room, and you don't really see a huge, big barn there. Those are kind of a very quick little rough example of the main differences. So free range, they just have to have access to go outside. Pasture raised, they're gonna be living in a pasture like this most of the time. So for both of them, if they're able to go outside, they can eat bugs, they can eat insects, which usually in turn result in a much better diet. If they eat those bugs, if they're egg-laying hens, they're gonna be a little bit golder, the yolk is, because of the extra nutrients from the bugs. So this is interesting. I'm gonna see, after eating this, if there are, some really big flavor differences and all that. So that's so you know the next time you buy chicken, free range versus pasture raised, all that good stuff. There's a lot of, different connotations that come with those. You might think that free range are chickens out free in the field. Yes, but not really. Pasture raised seems like it's definitely the way to go. All right, it's out of the oven. I attempted to quarter it. We did quarter it. We got the thigh and the leg, 2 breasts. So I'm gonna try it, just a little bit, because I figured, you don't want to eat this. You don't want to watch us eat a whole chicken. It's really good. It's still a little smoky, still a little hot. It's very good. It's not super salty, from what you might think from the brine earlier. Really good. Butter was a great addition. So, from one bite, I have to say Tyler and everybody at Big Bluff Ranch is doing a really good job for some tasty chicken. What's up? Welcome to Farm Traveler.